Good morning, Reverend Derek here with the Love is Greater Than Fear Spiritual Center. And this morning we are continuing our Course in Miracles lessons. Lesson 12. I'm upset because I see a meaningless world. The importance of this idea lies in the fact that it contains a correction for a major perceptual distortion. You think that what upsets you is a frightening world, or a sad world, or a violent world, or an insane world. All these attributes are given it by you. The world is meaningless in itself. These exercises are done with the eyes open. Look around you this time quite slowly. Try to pace yourself so that the slow shifting of your glance from one thing to another involves a fairly constant time interval. Do not allow the time of the shift to become markedly longer or shorter, but try instead to keep a measured, even tempo throughout. What you see does not matter. You teach yourself this as you give whatever your glance rest on equal attention and equal time. This is beginning step in learning to give them all equal value. As you look about you, say to yourself, I think I see a fearful world, a dangerous world, a hostile world, a sad world, a wicked world, a crazy world, and so on. Using whatever descriptive terms happen to occur to you. If terms which seem positive rather than negative occur to you, include them. For example, you might think a good world, a satisfying world. If such terms occur to you, use them along with the rest. You may not yet understand why these nice adjectives belong in these exercises, but remember that a good world implies a bad world, and a satisfying world implies an unsatisfying one. All terms which cross your mind are equally suitable subjects for today's exercises. Their seeming quality does not matter. Be sure that you do not alter the time intervals between applying today's ideas to what you think is pleasant and what you think is unpleasant. For the purposes of these exercises, there is no difference between them. At the end of the practice period, add, but I am upset because I see a meaningless world. What is meaningless is neither good nor bad. Why then should meaningless world upset you? If you could accept the world as meaningless and let the truth be written upon it for you, it would make you indescribably happy. But because it is meaningless, you are impelled to write upon it what you would have it be. It is this you see in it. It is this that is meaningless in truth. Beneath your words is written the word of God. The truth upsets you now, but when your words have been erased, you will see his. That is the ultimate purpose of these exercises. 3 or 4 times is enough for practicing the idea for today, nor should the practice periods exceed a minute. You may find even this too long. Terminate the exercises whenever you experience a sense of strain. And again, the mantra is, I am upset because I see a meaningless world. I really enjoy, I wouldn't say enjoy, I understand this part where it's talking about how you're upset because you're seeing something that is not there. You're seeing your own handwriting on the meaning of things and not what God has meant for them to be. I think about several years ago in a relationship that I was in, and I thought this relationship was supposed to go a certain way. I had written on it, this is my forever person. This is how this is supposed to go. But when we ultimately broke up, I was angry. I was angry. I was sad. I was frustrated. And as I was doing the Course in Miracles lessons the first time, and I was thinking about that relationship, I was thinking about how I was upset because I had decided what the relationship meant. I had decided that it meant X, Y, and Z. And I wasn't really negotiable on that. Like, that's what I decided it was. And then as I did this lesson, I remember just like this, like feeling lighter afterwards, having this realization that maybe that's not what God meant. Obviously, that's not what God meant, right? Because we're no longer together. I really don't even want to be with this person. But I was trying to put my own meaning onto a situation, and therefore it was a meaningless situation because I wasn't able to see what God had meant. Sometimes God just means for a relationship to be a 10-minute conversation, and sometimes we drag them out into years and years of a romantic relationship when all God ever meant for it to be was a passing by of 10 minutes. So that's why it's so important for us to do these exercises and to realize that very often, or actually all the time, that when we are upset, it's because we're seeing a meaningless world, because we're choosing to see what we have written as the meaning on a person, on a job, on any circumstance or any situation, as opposed to understanding and trying to see what it is God means by whatever is in front of us. So I hope you enjoy your lessons today. I hope this is working for you. One other thing I do want to add before we wrap up is um, we're only like 2 weeks into this, and already I find myself like having the like challenge to find the time to sit down and do my lesson, remembering to do it throughout the day. And so this morning I was like, okay, well, why am I doing this? What is my motivation for this? Because this is what kept me on track in the past when I went through the course lessons. And really what keeps you on track with anything, a fitness goal, a health goal, whatever it might be, is consistency and remembering why, remembering your motivation. And so I had to go back to what my motivation is here. And my motivation really for doing the course lessons again is to just really deepen in to my sense of peace. Like really, really. Someone said to me recently, Derek, it seems like you're always zen, you're always peaceful. And I just smiled, and I'm not always peaceful. The thing is, like, so much of my frustration and upset is internal, and I just don't allow myself to respond for the most part. I don't allow myself to respond from that anger, from that sadness, from that anxiety. I am really good now at checking those feelings before they come out of my mouth, before they go into a text message, before they go into an email. I'm really good at not taking action on my upsets. That doesn't mean I don't have them. They still exist within me. And that's definitely growth for me. And some of you watching this, that'll probably be growth for you too, if you could just learn to not act on those feelings and emotions. Um, and yet, I still do have upsets. I do still do have clouded vision at times. So my motivation and my goal with going back to the workbook lessons is just deepen that piece even more. Um, a friend said something to me a couple days ago about, you can't change the people around you, but you are the person you spend all of your time with. You might as well make it a peaceful coexistence. And that really touched me. So we'll be back tomorrow for lesson 13. And I remember to go over to acim.org for more information about A Course in Miracles, and check out loveisgreaterthanfear.org if you want to get more information about our center. We will be live this Sunday to have a inspirational talk on answering the spiritual call. So if the Course in Miracles speaks to you, if these ideas, if these principles feel relevant to your life, be sure to join us this Sunday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. You can get all that information. It's on all of our social media. We go live at 10 on YouTube, Facebook, I think somewhere else. But we will see you then. Have a great day.